Inter-ethnic conflicts in the Russian army are not uncommon. For example, according to the Ukrainian intelligence, recently Tuvan servicemen have often clashed with Russians, the National Resistance Center of Ukraine writes. Such disputes are often fought with the use of cold weapon and firearms and end with death.
The reasons for the enmity are quite banal. It is a hostility based on the traditional superiority of Russians to the peoples they enslaved and the struggle for the distribution of military equipment, collimator signs, thermal imagers and other equipment, from a publication on the website of the National Resistance Center of Ukraine.
The Military Prosecutor's Office of the Russian Federation tries to cover up such incidents.
It is noteworthy that during the decade of Sergei Shoigu's leadership of the Russian Ministry of Defense, he managed to build a system of preferences for his fellow Tuvans. So, the Military Prosecutor's Office is trying to hide or postpone the proceedings against them, from a publication on the website of the National Resistance Center of Ukraine.
Inter-ethnic conflicts have always been a part of the Russian reality, both before 1917 and after, although the USSR always proclaimed the supremacy of the principles of internationalism and friendships of people. In reality, in the Soviet army, such cases were very common.
This inferiority complex often opens in the form of aggression towards people who can somehow be discriminated and offended to show the superiority of oneself. This phenomenon is based on inferiority complex, which can be caused by the feeling that people live better abroad. Sometimes this is fair enough.
The Federation's indigenous and small peoples have suffered the most because of the war against Ukraine, Russia's human rights activists say. The Kremlin is recruiting provincial residents, promising salaries several times higher than the average salary in the region. The Republic of Tuva is the leader in terms of deaths in Russia's war against Ukraine, even though the Tuvanians are a small nation with just about 300,000 citizens. But it is in the most remote regions of Russia where the mobilization is the toughest.
A brigade can have a platoon or several platoons composed on ethnic principle, say people mobilized in a national republic or autonomous republic. In any case, they were tried to be put together so that Russian soldiers couldn't beat and humiliate their fellow soldiers who come from those regions.
Since the beginning of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, information about conflicts in the Russian army has been appearing regularly. On 11th of August 2023, there was a firefight in Russian-occupied Urzów. The soldiers from Kadyrov's personal army came on the holiday to the shore of the Azov Sea. They had a conflict with representatives of the occupying Russian military commandant's office. They opened fire, and as a result, civilians were killed and wounded. Reported by Anastasia Tarnavska, Victoria Smirnova, UATV News.